Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news in what could be one of the most seismic moves in recent AFC North history. The Pittsburgh Steelers are reportedly on the brink of acquiring one of the league's most dominant edge rushers, Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just some rumor floating around. Insiders suggest a blockbuster trade is in the works, with Garrett heading to Pittsburgh in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. That's a major deal, and it could reshape the entire division, shifting the balance of power in a way we haven't seen in years. Let's set the stage a little. The Browns, currently sitting at a disappointing 3-8, are clearly in a full rebuild mode. They're trying to shed salary cap space, around $20 million in cap relief, while also dealing with the reality that this season's not going their way. Moving Garrett, who's a former Defensive Player of the Year and arguably one of the most disruptive pass rushers in the league, makes a lot of sense for Cleveland right now. They're essentially saying, let's get what we can for him and focus on building for the future. Meanwhile, the Steelers, sitting at 6-5 and in the thick of the playoff hunt, are eager to add more firepower to their pass rush. Pittsburgh has been hunting for that elite duo on the edge, especially with T.J. Watt already anchoring the defense. Adding Garrett into the mix would be like striking gold, a move that could turn the Steelers' defense into an absolute nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Imagine Watt and Garrett coming off the edges. Offensive lines would have a hard time containing both of them, especially when you consider how much they can disrupt plays. Myles Garrett, as we know, is a game changer. He's not just a good player, he's a generational talent. This season, he's been phenomenal, racking up 11 sacks in just 11 games, leading the league and showcasing his ability to get after the quarterback with relentless force. His stats are eye-popping. Over his career, he's compiled 88. 5 sacks, 17 forced fumbles, and a PFF grade of 93. 2, meaning he's been consistently dominant at every level. His ability to generate pressure is second to none, and with him in Pittsburgh, the Steelers' defense would instantly jump into the top tier in the NFL. And it's not just about sacks. Garrett's presence on the field affects the entire defensive scheme. His ability to collapse the pocket creates opportunities for other defenders, especially Watt, to make plays. His run-stopping ability is also a huge plus. Adding him to a defense already known for its stoutness could lead to a significant reduction in points allowed. Right now, the Browns are leaking about 2 points per game, partly because their offensive line is struggling, allowing 32 sacks so far this season. Cleveland's offensive line has been a weak link, and Garrett's departure might be a blow to their pass rush, but it also signals they're prioritizing cap space and future assets. For the Steelers, this move is about more than just adding talent. It's about signaling their intent to contend now. With Watt already anchoring the line, adding Garrett transforms the front seven into a powerhouse. The projection is that with Garrett in the fold, Pittsburgh could see their combined sack total surpass 30, and their pressure rate could spike by over 25%. That would make them an even more formidable defense, forcing turnovers and creating more scoring opportunities for the offense. Speaking of the offense, this defensive upgrade could have ripple effects across the entire team. Opposing offenses would face a nightmare scenario, trying to game plan against Watt and Garrett on the same field. The Steelers could see their opponents' points per game drop from a current average of around 23, 9 down to under 17. And that's not all. This defensive boost could also help improve their run defense. Currently, teams are rushing for an average of 4. 1 yards per carry against Pittsburgh, but with Garrett's ability to stuff runs and pressure the quarterback, that number could decrease significantly, potentially by 15% or more. What about the impact on the AFC playoff picture? Well, it's substantial. With Garrett, the Steelers would be serious contenders to push deep into the postseason. Their odds to win the Super Bowl could skyrocket from around plus 15-0 to a much more realistic plus 4-0. In the AFC, they'd go from long shots at plus 3,500 to a much more competitive plus 1,200. This isn't just about winning games now, it's about establishing a dynasty. Garrett, much like Von Miller when he joined the Rams, could be the missing piece that pushes Pittsburgh over the top. His presence could catalyze a new golden era for the franchise, especially if he continues to play at his current level. Now, let's not forget the broader context. The Steelers have been building their team around a solid core, and their draft strategy has been focused on finding versatile, high-impact players. Adding Garrett would be a statement move, one that says Pittsburgh isn't just content with being good, they want to dominate. With T.J. Watt already setting the tone, Garrett would complement him perfectly, giving the Steelers a fearsome pass rush that could rival some of the best in NFL history. The combination of Watt and Garrett could be a nightmare for quarterbacks, leading to more sacks, forced turnovers, and overall defensive dominance. Looking ahead, the trade also signals a shift in the AFC North. The division has been tightly contested in recent years, with the Browns and Ravens often battling for supremacy. But if Pittsburgh manages to land Garrett, it could tilt the scales heavily in their favor. The Browns, with their rebuild, might find themselves struggling to keep pace, especially if their defense takes a hit without Garrett. The Ravens, meanwhile, will need to respond with their own moves to stay competitive. But for now, the Steelers are making a bold statement. This is their window, and they're willing to go all in. Of course, acquiring Garrett isn't just about the immediate season. It's about setting up a sustainable winning culture. His leadership and work ethic are well known across the league, and his impact extends beyond just raw stats. He's a guy who elevates everyone around him, and in a Steelers locker room that values grit, toughness, and resilience, Garrett would be a perfect fit. The fans here are already dreaming of that dominant defense that can carry the team deep into January, maybe even into February. And let's be honest, these kinds of moves energize the entire city. Pittsburgh is a place where football is more than just a game. It's a way of life. When a franchise pulls off a blockbuster trade like this, it's a rallying point for the fans, a reason to believe that the Steelers are back to their winning ways. The history of this team is filled with legendary defensive units, and Garrett could be the next great piece in that storied puzzle. His addition would also send a message to the rest of the league. Pittsburgh is serious about reclaiming its throne, and with Garrett, they're one step closer. So what's next? Well, the trade still needs to be finalized, but everything points to a done deal. Garrett's move to Pittsburgh would be a game changer, and it's likely to dominate conversations for weeks to come. The Steelers are already in the playoff picture, but with Garrett, they could realistically aim for a deep playoff run, maybe even push for a Super Bowl appearance. The AFC is tough, no doubt, but with this kind of talent on their roster, Pittsburgh's defense would be tough to beat. In conclusion, this potential trade isn't just a player swap. It's a statement of intent from the Steelers organization. It's about building a team that's not just good but great, a team that can compete with the very best and win it all. Garrett's arrival could be the catalyst that ignites a new era of dominance for Pittsburgh, one filled with relentless pass rushes, tough-minded defense, and a shot at that elusive 7th Lombardi trophy. As fans, we should be hyped because this is exactly the kind of move that could define the franchise for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Are you excited about Garrett joining the Steel Curtain? Do you believe he's the missing piece to bring another Super Bowl to Pittsburgh? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news. Let's go, Steelers!